Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening with y'all, people? This is your boy, BigRych, you know what I'm saying? Coming with y'all for episode number 6. DeeDot's Producers Corner, audio engineering, video tutorials, you know? Excuse me. I'm just finished eating some barbecue, so I'm real bit full right now, you know what I'm saying? So if I belch or to have a little, you know what I'm saying, just excuse me, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, today we're going to talk about how to add punch to your kicks and your snares using a secret weapon, you know what I'm saying? And the secret weapon is called a Transient Designer plug-in or hardware or whatever you got. Pretty much what a Transient Designer plug-in or a tool is used for. Let me explain it first. Pretty much a Transient Designer is pretty much kind of like a compressor mixed in with a EQ mixed in with a limiter. You know what I'm saying? It adds punch to an initial attack of whatever instrument that you're putting it on. It adds punch, it adds volume, and sometimes it adds a little coolness because of the parameters that are on that particular plugin or tool. Now, this little deal right here is the secret. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people spend a lot of times EQing drums, and you know what I'm saying, that's real good, real good. But if you want to make your process a little faster, check out the Transient Designer. So I'm gonna show you in 2 different platforms. I'm gonna show you in Reason, then I'm gonna show you in Ableton Live, only because, you know, just to use the plugin, of course. Okay, so let's get with it, baby. Now, the Transient Designer tool in Reason is only found on the Cone Drum Designer. Okay, you can pretty much use it on each pad, of course. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up pretty much a dull ass kick. Okay, we're gonna find the dullest kick we can find, and we're gonna affect that. Okay, folks. All right, now let's look at the sample first. Okay, now as you see, it's very compressed. But it's compressed to a point where it has been taken, the punch has been taken out. The transit has gone. You understand what I'm saying, folks? And this is the thing about using sample drums, folks. When y'all go out there and y'all downloading these Dr. Dre's and Scott Storch and Timberland drum kits, keep in mind that these folks that make these drum kits already compress, EQ, and limit these drum sounds, so it takes away from the damn initial instrument of whatever they use. So whatever you get is going to be a weak sample because number one, it's been compressed as a wave file. Then again, it was already compressed in their studio setup. You understand what I'm saying? So in the end, you're gonna get this. A dull ass sound. And then you got to spend all your blood, sweat, and tears trying to regain or re-energize that sample. This is where the Transient Designer becomes your friend. Now, I've been knowing about a Transient Designer for a while and what they do. But when Reason introduced it on the Cone Drum Designer, I was like, man, this is the motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because this will help drums and snares and claps to the umpteenth power. So let's get up in this mug. I don't want to talk too long. I'm already 4 minutes in this video. I'm trying to make this real short. But it's going to be a 20-minute video. Anyway, okay. You hear the kick. It's steady, but it's real weak. You know, it ain't got no initial punch to it. It ain't got that. It ain't got that. You know, this is what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? What the hell you gonna do with that? You can't do shit with that. So in the effects module or the effects plate, what you probably want to do, different ways you can do it. You can use the Cone Drum Designer parametric EQ, or you can use the Transient Shaper, which is pretty much called a drum designer. They didn't want to get, you know what I'm saying, Propellerhead probably didn't want to get sued by SPL and then use a Transient Designer just like they did. So they called it a shaper. And I've seen other plugins that call it Transient Shaper as well. You pretty much shaping the transient. Okay, now you can use either or. It doesn't matter. We're going to turn the EQ off, okay? All right, and matter of fact, let's just get rid of it. Bypass it. Let's move this one to effects 1, because effects 1 and 2, just imagine that as a signal chain. Effects 1 is going to be the first effect, and then 2 is going to be the second effect that's going to be affected. It's a signal chain, folks. All right, just because you use 2 first, it actually is not going to be in order. Okay, so we're going to load up Transient Designer. Now, let's press on it, the kick. All right, now, you see, it's really not doing nothing for us, folks. You know what I'm saying? So, the first thing is the attack. Now, what the attack does is it adds attack to the instrument. If we wanted to make this a duller drum than what it is, let's just bring it all the way down to negative on the left-hand side. Let's see what happens. Damn! See how weak and duller it sounds? Let's bypass it. Let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Ooh. More punch. Less punch. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're doing. You're actually taking that transient, the initial, you know what I'm saying, initial attack of whatever instrument you're affecting. That's what a transient is by definition. The initial attack of a instrument. That is the definition. So we just taking an attack and we just reducing it. If we want to gain more attack, let's turn that bad boy all the way to the right to the plus. Watch what happens. Oh, now that I want to curse. Now that motherfucker knocking. You know what I'm saying? Let's bypass it. Damn. It also adds volume. Did y'all hear that? Let's do it again. Take it off. Very interesting. That's what I said. It's almost like a compressor, EQ, and limited all in one. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you don't want to do that because you got to pay attention to your meters. And as you look into the meters up to the top left corner, and we turn it off, it really didn't do that much. It just added definition. It added definition to the kick. You understand? So how much ever you need, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, now the decay is a real interesting parameter on this plugin. Okay, now the decay is, just picture it as what it is, a drum decay. You're pretty much going to reduce the release on that particular kick. So let's listen to the kick very carefully. All right, you know what I'm saying? You hear that kick? Let's reduce the decay. It's going to be really, really short kick. Unbypass it. Okay. Bring it back up to 0. Oh, excuse me. And shorten it up. So it shortens up that kick. The kick really doesn't have that much of a long decay time, but what it does is it shortens it up, okay? And let's add more decay and watch how full and thick this kick sounds. Bypass it. And okay, now let's bring it back to 0. Real short. So it actually didn't add more fullness. So what it did, it add more fullness to the kick, but it reduced the volume. So the next parameter on the Transient Shaper is mount. Pretty much kind of like makeup gain, or it's a gain button. Pretty straightforward. Turn that bad boy up. Oh, you want more volume? Go ahead. It's Reason. You can do creativity things. Yeah. Of course we are clipping, but let's bypass that. So we kind of like added, yeah, y'all hear that clipping, but I'm just doing that just to show y'all. You don't want to do that, people. But I'm just showing y'all what you could do. Now let's load up a snare sound and let's see what we can affect with that. All right, now we already got the Transient Designer on. Y'all hear how thick it is? Now, the same effect that we use on the kick drum, we actually just changed the sound on the snare. And look how That snare sounds pretty damn good. Hey, hey, you know, yeah, Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? But let's turn that off and let's see what happens. Damn, it's like what a life in the kick. It ain't got no life. It ain't got no punch. It don't have any life to it. It doesn't have any fullness. It doesn't have that high end. That's what I'm saying about the Transient Shaper. It adds punch. It adds fullness. It adds a little bit of high end or a little bit of low end. Whatever your needs are, the Transient Designer, Shaper, whatever you want to call it, is a damn good tool to add punch, fullness to your, especially kicks and drums. I wouldn't use it on too much on vocals, but kicks and drums, psh, y'all better fucks with this. For real. Y'all sleeping on that Kong Drum Designer. For everybody that want to use the red drum because it's simple, people. So let's listen to the snare again. Yeah. God damn, that shit sound good. Let's reduce the attack and see what happens. We still got that fullness there. Let's reduce the decay and see what happens. So it takes a little bit away from it, but let's just say we got a little bit on the attack, a little bit on the decay, and we got a little bit of the amount. Decay. Let's bypass that all. That's the original sound, and this is what we have. Not that too much of a difference, but with my ears and what I'm hearing in my studio, you can actually hear the fullness a tad bit. On, off. Now you hear it. Yeah, there you go. So if you want to crank up the amount, give it a little bit more decay. Okay, it's still not punchy for you. Just that attack. There you go, folks. That's how you get those punchy snares using a Transient Shaper. And we don't even have to use a compressor. We don't even have to use a EQ. But if your sound calls to use more, then use it. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say we're going to use a EQ. Okay, and we want to boost up, let's just say, the mid frequency. So we're going to adjust our Q bandwidth now all the way down. We're going to get a wide Q bandwidth, and let's just sweep our EQ. Okay, we're going to turn the gain up to about 2 o'clock position and watch what happens. And you can add, see how much we can add. Okay, y'all see that? Now we sweeping. I'll push the gain up some more and watch what happens. I like that sound right there. It really adds that snappy, that definition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it back to normal, 0, and then I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to add a little bit, about 2 o'clock position. Get that real snap. See how we don't have that snap, and then yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is right there. Now you went from a snare that sounded like this to this. Has a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more life to the snare, you know what I'm saying? Now, another cool feature about the Cone Drum Designer, because I'm getting off the topic of Transient Shaper, you actually hearing that click on the snare. Actually, you know what? The cool deal about this, you can actually edit each sample in the Cone Drum Designer. So if you hit edit sample, okay, and you see right here, the actual drum sample is this much right here. Take your end marker, slide that bad boy at the end of the sample. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do, zoom in some more. All right. Now we want to find where the sample actually goes away. All right. So what we zooming in, I don't see it no more till about right here. As you zoom in some more, look at the wave file. Look at those little, how it goes in and out of the zeros. About right here about right there. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Right there. And hit play. Yes, sir. Let's save that sample and hit 1. Now you're still hearing that clipping noise, right? Cool. You hearing the clipping noise? Not a problem. What you would do is take your mouse, you right click down, and then highlight all the way to the end. Right there to the end, okay? You still got to highlight. Let's zoom in some more so we can get it very, very precise. Go ahead, highlight that right there to right there at the blue end, okay? Then you hit fade out. Save. Again, it's going to overwrite it. No more clicking. Smooth ass sample. That's how you do that shit in fucking Comb. That's how you get them drums right, man. Just like that, man. That's the Transient Shaper right there. This concludes part 1 of episode 6. Moving on to part 2. And we're going to show you what an actual transient designer made by SPL does on some more examples. Y'all stay tuned. Holla.